Skate dance movie starts out with Allie Dance going. She's wants the crux of this movie is that you can't have it all. That you can want it all, and you can have many different interests, but you have to learn how to have moderation. It starts with Allie Dance, which we meet in family as being really into skater girl. So now she's a skater. She learned how to skate. She's also a dancer, which you could have gathered from her name. And she is going to be in Swan Pond, the musical, coached by Rosé, with Mean Girl, Poser Girl, and Olivia Butterfly, which is my dolly up here. I love her dearly. I hang out here. Maybe I'll get her stand. But Poser Girl really wants the lead, but they do auditions and Allie gets it. So Poser Girl is initially what we think of as our villain. She is the Rosé of the previous movie. She is the Rosé where you're like, oh, she's gonna do what it takes to get what she wants. No. You know who the villain of this movie is? Fucking Allie Dance. She just continues to overextend herself to the point of disappointing everyone. So Rosé sets up the parameters. You cannot be in the show if you don't show up to practice. And you have to show up to practice on time. No exceptions. So that is happening. And then Allie Dance friend Emma Emo is setting up a skate trick.
So, have your new tricks come to you? Have you figured out your skate fest routine yet? Of course I have.
Palooza. And she's really excited about it, and she really wants her friend to be there. And her friend is like, I will absolutely be there. No notes. And she's like, are you sure? Are you going to overextend yourself? She's like, no, I couldn't possibly do that. I'm gonna be there for your thing. Don't worry about it. And because this movie is 51 minutes long, you know what's going to happen. It has a lot of moving around. They go to also Ava/Ida Cherry. I never can remember her name, and my notes are not trustworthy. Is in charge of making, the costumes for the show, and Rosé says that whoever is lead gets to decide what the costumes are. So while Allie is lead, she lets Ada do whatever she wants because she really can't give any more of her brain power to either of the other two things that she's doing right now. This cannot take precedent. We start out with her singing the I Want song, and she wants to life. She wants
the pressure of expectations to be great. It's so
to sing and dance. Skate is life, but dance is my jam. Pop, lock, and drop it. This movie is a delivery system for the tweens of the not quite an outrageous millennial girl, but quite a baby, but not quite an outrageous millennial girl. And so they're the tween dolls. Like I said, my Olivia's in there. Construction on the park commences. And Skate Park Cutie, which is Allie's mentor, is like, oh my god, I really want you to participate. So we have had a third/fourth person for her to be really worried about disappointing. Allie and Emma go talk at a smoothie shop to a BB to hear their problems, and Emma is not convinced that Allie can handle doing everything. And when Olivia and Poser show up, she's just like, I don't know, maybe I could convince her to quit. And they're like, can you convince her to quit? And she's like, oops, did I just accidentally manufacture consent for my friend to be taken off the top spot of her position? Well, don't worry about that, because Allie does it all by herself, because she shows up to practice late because she was showing off skills, because Allie is deeply susceptible to peer pressure, like a lot of middle schoolers are. But really, like, anytime anyone talks to her, she's like, oh guys, I really need to practice, but I guess I could for you, and then it fucks up her life. She is late, and Rosé's like, you are out of the show. And the babies, because Allie's little sister, I think is the person I didn't talk to, Dancerella? Their name's in the thing. Is like, no, please, let her be one of the little frogs in the pond with us. And so she agrees. And so she's in the back of the thing, and she's making it work. And Pose and Olivia are like, you're excited to be not the lead anymore? And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to participate. And they kind of were like, huh, interesting. Allie is feeling a lot of big feelings. Emma makes the posters for the skate fest, and Allie leaves them out in the rain at the skate park. They get into a big fight where they are both wrong and an accident happens. Allie unsafely practices her new trick alone in the wet in the rain at night. She realizes she can't keep adding on to her plate. And she strives to be perfect. Oh my god, it's not Poser, it's Fancy Girl, which is a cute name as well. Fancy Girl, as the lead, has Olivia make the dance outfits, and they're sparkly and cute. I love. Breaking into into song. Ava's there. I don't really think she has enough to do in the plot. She's sad because now she's not doing the outfits for the skate competition, so she's sad. And so she's now part of the why can't I be perfect? Why does everything need to be perfect? What's so perfect about perfect song that happens? And yeah, they all just kind of spin around in sadness. So Allie just gives up, which I don't think is particularly healthy. Like, that's obviously, like, we know. I don't know if children know that, like, baby children. But, like, we know that, like, the solution isn't to just, like, give up. But it is incredibly funny to me that she's just like, well, I can't give it to anything, and I just keep messing up. So instead of devoting my time to one thing and, you know, being able to switch off between them, she's just like, I guess I just won't do anything. And so she gives up her spot in the skate off to this little diva right here who is...
Go tell Emma. Tell her I sent you. I think there's a spot that's opened up. Okay,
lamenting. She was the soda jerk who was helping them earlier. Who was lamenting how she didn't think her tricks would be particularly good. And she's like, no, you just have to practice. And she does. And so she gets to be at the center of the situation. Very cute. Allie misses another practice, and so Rose kicks her out. Rules are rules. Learn from your mistakes. To make up to Aya, she makes up to Aya by having her make a costume for the skate performance. Emma is still pissed at her. Friendship is complicated. Some songs happen, and Ava and Ida and Aya and Emma make up. Emma stated that Allie seemed to overcomplicate things, and Emma and Allie hash it out. They work it out on the remix. Aya shows Emma her designs for the costumes, and they are excited. Then Allie messes up her trick and crashes into Emma, and Allie ruining the dresses. You can't fix everything, and you can't always be the center of attention, Allie. And so Allie quits. There is some relief from Emma that she's just like, Jesus Christ, I've had a lot. Allie hides from the skate park and texts everyone that she's no longer doing it. Allie takes joy in telling Diner Dolly to go and audition. She's sad about giving up, but hey, she gets to still help her community. Allie decides to finally sit down and talk with Hoops Hottie. Hoops Hottie Magical Negro sings to her after she recaps the plot. There is no such thing as perfection. There's no fun in perfection, and you gotta find the love of the game. Hoops Hottie shoots and scores, and she's like, oh my god, you're perfect. She's like, no, I practice. Fancy Girl doesn't see Allie, and Emma and Aya don't know that she is no longer in the musical. Allie sees them getting ready, and so she leaves out with saying, I just wrote words on a page. She just kind of avoids everyone. I think she then like finds her love of dance and is spinning around while because of the rain they had to move up Skate Fest. So Skate Fest is now at the exact same time as Swan Pond, and she was gonna go see both of them. She can't end up seeing either one of them. Skate Fest for the since it's gonna rain, which means they're taking the same time as the ballet. Allie cheers on her little sister at the ballet. Ballet is beautiful. Diner Dolly does her shot and spins around. It's great. Allie is so proud. They go to the end. Emmy does her stuff, and wouldn't you know it, the surprise costume that they've been teasing is the like little like Labubu style like crazy plushy things that you take the head off, and then there's a tween doll inside of it. I was never particularly interested in them, so I didn't have any to display for you. But that's what the surprise is, and they're skating around in there, and that's like the last like 5 minutes. There's apologies all around. Allie does end up getting to do her trick after the Skate Fest because Camp Rock 2 style. Well, the whatchamacallit's over. The final jam is over, so now it's time. So she performs, everyone's like, woo! Allie spins out on her skateboard. She decides to go to stage. She decides to go upstage her friends one last time and spins around on the board. She apologizes for trying to throw them off stage, and everyone's happy. Everyone apologizes as they dance as Bear and sing a song. Roll credits. I think it's less good than Winter Fashion Show, but it was fine. But who could compete with that masterpiece? I don't know. It was, I watched it approximately 3 times today, trying to like put my notes together with what I was seeing on screen, and simply couldn't. These last ones have a lot of weird subversion. You can't always be the center of attention, and sometimes trying to do everything will hurt everyone that you know and love. Don't be a bitch. So that's LOL Surprise Family. I'm gonna almost, or not family. That's LOL Surprise. Girl Boss Skate Dance. Don't do drugs. I think everyone in this could do with a good SSRI. Fancy Girl is right. You should only get things when you're able to devote 100% of the time to something. I say not devoting 100% of the time to anything. But you can follow me. You can find my other LOL Surprise content here in a playlist. And you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Megan_Blush_. I'm McLeana, and I like to talk about songs and nostalgia and TV shows. And on my beauty channel, I like to talk about hair and makeup. So you can follow me there. Also, Megan_Blush. Everything's in the description. Alright. Goodbye.